Call me Tío Pepe.
Tío Pepe. All right, I will.
Well, yeah, obviously we know that today there are digital effects that are perfect and stuff. I didn't want that. I wanted Megalopolis to be a big movie, but I wanted it to be a big handmade movie. I wanted you to see how we did it. We did many of the effects the way we did Dracula with mirrors and stuff. Of course, I realized that today with digital effects you can do something perfectly, but I didn't want, somehow perfect isn't exactly what I had in mind. And frankly, sometimes, I mean, you make movies that you don't know how to make. And that's a good thing to admit, because when you don't know how to make a movie, the movie begins to tell you how to make it. In other words, if you have the courage to say, I really don't know how to do this, you start to do things that are just, you have an idea what might be helpful. So like with some of the takes of the movie, I did some strange acting exercises, trying, let's say on take 3 and take 4 to try to get a certain mood, and then I was, on the later takes, I did it the way you ought to do in the movie. But when we were watching it together with my collaborators, the editors and the actors sometimes, we said, well, I sort of like the weird one. Let's do more of that, and let's do less of the normal one. So when you start saying, let's do more of that and do less of that, you're starting to point the film in a direction that it's taking you. Same thing happened on Apocalypse Now. I remember Apocalypse Now, the boys were on a boat, and they had smoke grenades. Smoke grenades are for when you're on the ground and you want to put a red one to say, helicopter, don't go there, it's dangerous. Yellow is more safe. But they were stoned on drugs, and they were on the boat setting off colored smoke. And we looked at the rushes and we said, let's do more of that and less of the normal stuff. So Apocalypse Now started to get more surrealistic. And Megalopolis started to get its own peculiar look with some of the thing. When we said do more of that and less of that, the movie was in fact collaborating with us. And that's how the film was made. The style, I liked the style because I never had seen things quite like that. And of course we all want to make a film that has material that we've never seen before, because that's the first time you're seeing it. But that's tough on an audience, because an audience has been trained to what to like. They've been trained what to like, because the worst thing that can happen to a movie company today is not be able to pay its debt. So they have to make a movie that makes money. It's not, they can't okay a movie. If they do, and it doesn't make money, they'll get fired. So, I didn't have the same problem. I do have the same problem, but I don't care. The actors in this film, without exception, were wonderful to work with. And I always said about Al Pacino that Al Pacino has, actors can be very intelligent and do good work from this extreme intelligence. Warren Beatty is an example of that. Yeah, my word that I used was loyalty, that in the end we're loyal to something. In my story, loyalty is constantly, is the girl loyal to her father, who is one political system, or loyal to the lover who's a different, because they send 18-year-olds, they send 16-year-olds. They don't know any better. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's time to, it's like the movie says, we need a discussion about the future. We need everyone in the world to be in on that discussion, and we need no questions off the table. First of all, I can't, hopefully it will change so much that I won't be able to recognize it, but I think that it's going to borrow a lot of elements from gaming, what's happening in the game industry, and the fact that you can collaborate with people who are in other parts of the world, and it can be more like live. I want to make a film that looks like a film. Like when you turn on a television and there's a movie, it doesn't take you even a second to say that's a movie. You know it from what it feels like and what it looks like. But I believe that you can do that and it be a live performance and you're seeing a movie where the actors are actually doing it for you. Because I think the element of acting is better when the performers, right now editors make the timing of acting. In live cinema, there's going to be cinema that's more like gaming. I don't know what that is, but your grandchildren will. They'll do it. And it will be beautiful and it will be totally different from what's happening today. That's the thing, that they're trying to tell you that movies have to be, the critics today say, if it doesn't make our rules, it gets 1 star and cinema score is low and no one's going to go see it.